but in the world of fake iced tea.
We're back again because we're idiots. Well, we're idiots.
Yeah,
it's my fault.
It's him.
It's my fault.
I mean, I can be an idiot too.
Dickhead, right here. Dickhead. Anyway,
Really?
didn't plug in the mic. Had some good banter. We're gonna save that, so I hope you get to hear it because it was good shit.
Well, let's not forget our tagline, though.
No.
Okay, I don't disagree.
Yes.
Where the one rule is that you can't say I don't disagree when in an argument, and then beyond that, a couple of other taglines are: we sacrifice sound quality for ambiance and good content.
We do, as we should.
Right.
Because to me, what's sound? I mean, come on, you can turn the volume up. You can turn the volume down. You can turn it off. I don't give a shit. The bottom line is, okay, if it's good quality, it's good quality, and that trumps all. So, of course, it helps if you can hear it. We don't want to be at zero.
Right. If you can't hear me,
it's useless.
who cares? That's your fault.
Yeah,
that's your fault.
It's your fault.
Good content is good content,
That's
whether
right.
you hear it or not.
That's right. That's true. So anyway, we were talking.
We're doing this for our enjoyment, not yours.
No,
Remember that.
That's also true.
It's great customer service.
It really is. It is. Customers always wrong.
That's right.
So anyway, segment 2, we are looking at second half projections, post All-Star break now, contenders, pretenders, trade deadline August 2nd. Who should be active? Who's a buyer? Who's a seller? Who's going to go after that kid up yonder, the local 9 that walked away from $440 million? Because he could certainly change the landscape if he changes uniforms. So
You're talking about none other than Juansoto.
Mr. Soto himself. The man who hit a ball that hasn't landed yet. Actually, a few of them.
Should we get into him real quick?
We probably should,
Yeah.
because I think people in this area, that is your team.
Probably the biggest baseball story
This is the
right
big,
now.
right? Yeah, and the thing is, this is in a city where, or in a region where they haven't had any other than him. And this is not the kind of story you want if you're a fan of that team. But we were off air having a discussion about, should the Nationals go all in and keep this kid, or try and get. And I think we both agree on this. I don't think they could get equal value for him, but who knows?
Well, it would be lucky if they did.
Yeah.
Because the only thing they can get back is, 4 to 5 top prospects.
Yeah.
A couple of maybe good big leaguers. And if all of them were really good, maybe that's equal value. But the chance that all of those prospects will hit is so rare. Baseball prospects,
I am
you never
wondering. I know this is sports to sports.
Such a different game.
Sport to sports different, but I'm wondering
I
how many
think,
times.
I think high school and college baseball is so different because of metal bats.
Well, yeah, no, it is.
It's a different game.
It's a different game. Yeah, it is. So
It's like playing hockey on a deck in college and then going to play on ice.
Well, the game's going to be different because of the surface you're on in terms of how fast you can go and things like that.
But no, I'm saying
with a metal bat, you can hit it. It's more hit the ball further.
It's harder to pitch.
Yeah,
it's easier to hit.
Yeah.
It's different to field it.
And I'm wondering why they've done that, because doesn't that set people up for failure?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That would be like doing hockey in college on a deck, and then you go to the pros, and now you're on ice.
Yeah,
no.
I understand why. I understand why college baseball does that, because it's doing them a disservice.
They wonder why guys take 5 years to develop.
Yeah, you're hitting an aluminum bat your whole life, and then here comes a wooden one. Yeah. So I don't know.
Maybe I'm overselling that.
Well, at the lower levels, isn't that true too? I know when I played Little League, it was all aluminum bats.
Yeah.
So
it is. So yeah, you basically grow up playing one way.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden
you get to the show and they go, "This is how we play."
Yeah. How do you? Yeah.
It's weird. But I guess guys could swing wooden bats in high school and college.
People have clearly adjusted.
But you're at a disadvantage if you do that.
Yeah. But people have clearly adjusted, but it shouldn't take 3-4 years for that to happen.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if the wooden bats are so good now they're like similar to a metal bat.
I don't know. But anyway, no, it's a fair point. I'm just saying
back to Juansoto.
Back to Mr. Soto, who, if you're a Nationals fan, what are you thinking? He was really your only reason to come to the ballpark recently. Turned down $440 million.
I can't blame him though. I can't blame him.
And I've heard this from more than one person that he can get $500 million. If you're the Nationals, you've got to know this. You got to know this. Or maybe you threw that out there to see if he'd bite. I don't know. But you got to. I don't believe, at least in my lifetime, I haven't seen. I'm sure there may be one out there that I'm missing, but I haven't seen too many of these trades that work out in the favor of the team that gives away the superstar.
Right, but if you can't sign him, you might as well get something.
I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm saying they should make one more offer and throw
But he
that.
doesn't want to be there.
We don't know that. You're speculating.
We do. He wants to be on the Mets.
You,
There was a picture where his brother was wearing some Mets gear. He was signaling.
maybe he ends up on the Mets. I'm not saying you're wrong.
He probably won't because things like that don't happen to us.
You're in first place. Shut up. Okay, you're doing well. I don't hear this from you. You have no risk.
No, I'm not being woe is me. I'm just being
well,
real.
you sound woe
Things
is
like
me
that
right now.
don't happen to the
That is a
Mets.
woe is me. That's woe is me. Really? How come you're 23 games in front right now if that doesn't happen to you? You get some pretty awesome players right now.
They built the team up. This
Okay, then,
would be unheard of to land a guy.
Do the Mets have the money to get him?
Of course, they have the
$500
richest
million?
owner in baseball.
What would they give up? Because what would they have to give up to get anything?
Well, look, I'm not. They have what it takes to give it up and to pay. I just don't think the Nationals are going to go through with it because of what you're talking about.
Yeah, because
I think the Nationals are going. There's no way we can get a return on him.
No.
But
Unless I think there's two possibilities, which wouldn't. I think there's two players off the top of my head that I think would make sense. But neither team's giving that guy up. You're not going and get Ohtani from Anaheim. They're not going to give him up. You're not.
but
you're not going to Seattle and getting Rodriguez. They're not giving him up.
But the whole thing is, that would be a 1-to-1 swap.
Yeah.
They can't do a 1-to-1 swap because they need an influx of players. Because right now, Juansoto is on the level of Ohtani. He might not be as good as him or as valuable, but like, if Ohtani was in Washington, they'd still suck.
I'm saying if you're the Nationals, you're going to let that guy go. You're going to give that guy up. You better damn well get a Hall of Famer in return. Because otherwise you lose.
But the chances of that are slim to none.
I don't think you give him up. I think you offer $500 million. If he walks away from that, he walks away from that. Because honestly,
but then you have 2 years of him on your team, and you can't rebuild yet. You're in the process.
But he's gone. If he leaves for free agent, if it's in his contract,
two years away.
So you don't trade him.
But that's what I'm saying. So then he just.
What if you build around him?
But
what if next year
you need to trade him so that you can build?
Well, you tell me because of him they have no other assets. There's no way of building a team.
No, I'm just saying they don't have the assets to make the team come to life in 2 years.
We don't know what's in there. Do you know what's in their farm system? I don't know.
It's a bunch of young prospects, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a Nationals fan right now screaming at the TV going, because you know what's in that farm system and you know if it's junk or if it's legit. So, or if it's somewhere in between.
But if it was legit to the point where they could help the team, the guys would be on the squad.
Maybe they're
they
1 year away.
They're 30 games under.
Maybe they're one. Well, the big show team does. The other ones, maybe these guys are 1 year away. Maybe this next year they're projected to be up on the big club.
Okay, but your first year up with the club.
Or maybe they bring them up,
the
trade deadline.
Like
because they're probably out of it. Now you start getting these kids reps and seeing how they, maybe they go that way. If they're going to give up on this guy, I don't know. You're saying you're adamant he doesn't want to be there. I'm saying I don't know that he doesn't want to be there. I'm saying I think the number's $500 million because that's the number his agent threw out there. So that's the number he's looking at.
But it also
the agent says that's what he wants.
They're trying to give him a 15-year deal, so his annual salary is going to be lower than so many other players.
If he's gonna make the same amount of money. Like he's gonna make more over time.
He's not.
Why not?
He's gonna make.
Isn't it all guaranteed?
He's gonna make less. Okay, so let's say you say I'm gonna give you $440 million for 15 years. Okay, but the Phillies will offer me $440 for 10. Now I can get my $440 and get another contract.
So why doesn't the Nationals come down?
Exactly.
Because I would.
That's a shit contract.
I would go.
They're trying to buy the last 2 years of his rookie arbitration years.
Uh huh.
They're trying to go in for the cheap on that. I think. So they're not going to give him $40 million.
I'm just saying
the
the
first
agent
2 years.
floated that number, and that's no accident. So what if they say 10 years, $500 million? What do you do?
Maybe they're looking at their farm system thinking, shit, we're not that good. Maybe that's why. Because if you feel like you need 4 or 5 years to build,
But if you
maybe
keep
do
him,
that
can't you attract other talent?
Not if you stink.
But he's already there.
I know.
So like
but it's 30 games
if we
under.
had like a pitcher, another guy, maybe all of a sudden we're better, you know, or closer and another, you know, whatever. You know,
Baseball takes a lot.
it does. There's 9 people out there.
Yeah.
It's like football. Football takes 11. So I mean, no, it does take a lot. I get that. I'm just saying that I don't think you give up on it. You got to make that offer. If he walks away from that offer, he walks away from that offer. You got to make that offer. You got to tell your fan base, we offered him $500 million.
Well, they basically did.
Close. But the agent said $500 million. We can get $500 million. So that's telling me he wants $500 million.
That's wild.
So what if they, all right, $500 million, 10 years.
If I was the Mets and we had a chance to trade for Juansoto,
What would you give up on? You know you have to give up something. Something good.
Sure. Yeah.
Something good. What are you willing to part with?
So I'm not willing to part ways with Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to part ways with. Damn, that's tough. If they wanted Brandon Nimmo, our center fielder, I might cry if we let him.
I might.
Because he's just such a. I love that dude.
All right, no, I understand. I've got my.
I love him as a player. I don't know him as a guy. But yeah, you're right. They would have to give up like
You gotta give up.
McNeil.
Yeah.
You'd have to give up a good big leaguer and a bunch of prospects.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with whatever prospects you want to give them.
Right.
Because my belief is we would make that trade, then we sign him to the 10-year 500.
Yeah.
So he's at $50 million a year, and that contract ends when he's 33. That's like the best contract ever for a team.
Yeah.
Typically, when you're giving a $40 million contract, by the end of it, they're 40, and they stink.
They stink. And it's just dead money.
Yeah. You know?
No. True.
So
why wouldn't the Nationals do that?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they know he doesn't want to be there, or maybe they're looking at their farm system thinking, "What are we going to spend $500 million on and suck?
Yeah.
We need to rebuild." I don't know.
With the shit sucks who are floating adrift right now in the Atlantic, and Jaws is circling, and licking his teeth. I'm not
Should they
sure.
go after Soto?
They need pitching. They can hit. The Red Sox don't need Soto. The Red Sox need a damn closer. They need another frontline star. Are they out there? I don't know. I haven't done my research on it.
Oh yeah, there are.
Well, yeah, but are they available? I don't know who's dangling this
Yes.
guy. So, and by the way, if you're gonna, what are you gonna have to give to get them?
Every bad team has at least one. Good
I want to believe that
and one good
because
starter.
I want to believe that because I know the Red Sox can hit. And at some point, Chris Sale's going to stop getting hurt, picking his nose. They're going to be in this mess of a race that's far 5-6 teams right now.
What's
But
your
they-
prediction?
but
Are
they-
they getting in?
As it stands right now, I don't think they do. If they make a move on August 2nd, that might change. But right now, as it stands, I don't think they do. Because I don't know that Chris Sale's going to be healthy or stay healthy or whatever.
So if you had to bet money,
if
you would
things
say no.
if they don't do anything at the trade deadline and this stays the way it is, I think they'll get close, but they won't get it. Because their hitting will keep them in it, but they won't. There's too many teams this year.
And for some reason, it seems like.
And they can't beat Tampa Bay no matter what happens.
But there's something weird going on with them, with the Sox, the Blue Jays, and Tampa Bay. It seems like they're, no matter what, they're kind of sticking near each other.
Well, they're sticking
Like,
with
remember
it
when
because
Boston had to play the
they're
Yankees and
beating-
Toronto got swept
Yeah.
by Seattle at the same time that Tampa got swept by the Reds?
Yeah.
Like, I think you're right. They're going to stay
I think they're going to stay in it. I just don't think they have enough at the end if they don't make a move and get either another hitter or a closer or a front line. One of those three things at least. They've got to add either another bat, a closer, or another front line star.
Hold on. All right.
Because I think they're one bat short. They don't have a closer. And I think they're one starter short. Now, I know Uvalde came back or was coming back or whatever, and maybe
Came back and got beat up.
got beat up in
I
his
think he
first
did,
one.
right?
Probably.
Or is that the game that they won?
They didn't.
They won the first. They won the first game of that series.
Yeah, 27-2.
They got beat up on the weekend.
27-2, ladies and gentlemen. That is officially a bum blasting. Okay, there's two words here. But actually, it was double. It was two bum blastings because it was 13-1, and then it was 14-2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a back-to-back bum blasting. It's not every day you see a team get blasted in the bum twice in 48 hours. Not every day, but the Shit Sox managed to pull it off right before the All-Star break, which I'm sure sent most of the nation into a frenzy, into a panic mode. And by the way, it should have, because they can't beat Tampa Bay. They're not better than the Yankees. So it really comes down to Toronto, them, and now Seattle's in the mix. I mean, this is
Evaldi did pitch the only game they won.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's encouraging. Maybe he's the other guy.
Okay, so but here's my question for you. So you're saying they don't make a move, they're definitely out. My question is,
I just don't see that.
Do you think they will make a move, or you think they're going to stand pat? Or the move they make is not going to be good enough?
I don't know, because it's not. I don't know this guy the way I knew Theo. I know what Theo Epstein did. I don't know what this guy. So
who's your GM?
I forget his name. He's been there 2 years now. It's not like he hasn't done a bad job. They were 2 games from the World Series last year. Yeah. But with middle relief pitching as their strength. So I mean, I don't think he's built the roster, but there's a couple of pieces missing. And maybe he goes out and gets one of them at the trade deadline, or two of them. Two would be nice. One I'd accept one at this point. But maybe that deal isn't out there. I don't know. I just can't imagine with all the resources the Red Sox have. They're a top 5 market team. Money's not their problem anymore. Okay, so I can't imagine them sitting here and saying we're gonna go with this to the end, the way it is. I can't imagine they would do that. But this is not the upside. I don't know what this guy's. I don't know what he hasn't been around there long for me to get a feel for what his thoughts are. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay. But overall prediction is the Red Sox will not make the playoffs.
Things stay pat. Nope. They will miss. And it'll probably close unless they get a barrage of injuries. But I think barrage of injuries. But I think they miss as things if they stand pat right now.
All right.
So
as far as in the NL East,
yeah, go ahead. Right now,
in terms of the Mets.
Yeah.
Okay, so. The Mets are 2.5 games up on the Braves, and I truly do want to be positive, and I am going to be positive.
You should be.
Also going to be realistic. For the first 2 months of the season, the Mets played about 20 games over 500. Mm-hmm. And for the last 2 months of the season, the Mets have played about 3 games over 500. Mm-hmm. So, it's tough to be all one way with this team.
Did the schedule get tougher?
That was part of it, but not all of it.
Okay.
So, there are great things to say about this team. There are also some flaws to say about this team. But here's where I'm going to be positive. Because of how I'm seeing the Mets do business, they're going to do something at the trade deadline. Typically, as Mets fans, we are very disappointed at the trade deadline. There's always a lot of chatter, and then boom, we get left.
They don't need a lot.
We get left at the altar.
They don't need a lot. You're close, right? 81.
They don't need a lot. But my prediction is they're going to do more than we even need to. Okay?
And that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Okay. I think this guy's not afraid to spend his money.
It's risky, but I think they're going to go hard for it.
When you're in the race, and they're in the race, legitimately in the race, you go for it. Because you're in the race.
My prediction will be that the Mets will at least get to the National League Championship Series. Beyond that, I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Fair. All right. So my team just misses Mets, NLCS, at least. I like that person.
I can't believe I just said that out loud.
Why?
I totally just jinxed it all.
No, you didn't.
Oh, my God.
You didn't jinx it.
I'm sorry. I did it.
He didn't jinx nothing.
All right.
If he said they're going to win it right now, that might have been going too far. Okay? But
Yeah, but
I think it's a realistic.
I just don't think I have any unbiased thoughts about the Mets.
I think it was a realistic.
They're either too positive or too.
You
negative.
said NLCS at least, so you're saying
least.
that the door is open.
That's right.
All right then, all right.
Their window is on the rise.
I don't think you went overboard with that.
Now, sometimes teams have a window being closed.
Yeah.
Their window is on the rise.
So
I hope.
versus the Red Sox, who were stuck in the mud in Alabama.
Is that a My Cousin Vinny reference?
Stuck in the mud in Alabama. One time move, one time did not. That's the Red Sox. One time
traction.
Pause traction.
Everybody knows what pause traction is. If they've ever gotten stuck in the mud in Alabama, one tire goes like this and the other one doesn't do shit.
And that one left, that'd be the shit sucks. Doing nothing.
I wonder how close to word for word that was. I don't think it was very close.
I think you'd surprise yourself.
Yeah? With the My Cousin Vinny invitation?
Miss Mona DeVito in her prime. Come on. And
she was awesome.
She was amazing. So anyway, that's where we are on that. Look, if we're being honest, as things stand, it's the Yankees to lose.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's the Yankees to lose. It makes me sick to my stomach to say that, but their pitching has caught up to their hitting. They've got depth. They've got balance. They can hit all up and down the lineup. They got
controversial.
How?
Okay, I say that
they are in the best division in baseball. We both agree on that, right? They are.
At first glance, without a doubt.
They are 36 games over 500. Okay? They're on pace for 116
Insane.
wins in that division, which is going to probably get 2 other postseason. Probably get 2. They definitely won, maybe 2.
Look, okay.
So
I said it's controversial just because, I think there's a counter argument.
Can they be beat?
Hell yeah.
Houston can beat them. Houston and the Dodgers.
Houston and the Dodgers.
And the Dodgers. I think both those teams could beat them.
And if the Mets make changes at the trade deadline, the Mets
potentially
too.
the Mets, depending on what happens on August 2nd. But there
I
are
don't
two
think
teams.
the Braves could beat
there are
them.
2 teams that can definitely beat them. Okay, but if you line them up, I think they have more talent than both of them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they can't be beat. I'm saying they're the favorite.
Dude, the Dodgers have a lot of talent.
They do. But I think the Yankees have more. I think they do. It's close.
You're probably right.
But
I don't know, though, man.
It's close. Well, I'll tell you why
There's
the Yankees
some
have
people
more.
in the Yankee lineup
I'll tell you why. I'll tell
There's
you
some
why.
people in the Yankee lineup that aren't sure
I'll tell you
things.
why they're better. Because their division, and again, San Diego's 10 games over 500. San Francisco's 5. San Francisco is actually just like the Red Sox. But then the drop off after that, the bottom 2 are just And Colorado, actually Colorado's not
They're not
terrible.
that bad.
Yeah, Arizona's actually neither one of them is bottom feeders, but
What are they?
They're 40. Colorado's 43 and 50. Arizona's 40 and 52. So they're both at 40
they
wins.
both started the year off better than that.
So I just think the Yankees are better because they're in the better division. So
It might be true.
not that
But
again.
I don't know, man. When they play a doubleheader with Houston tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
That'll be interesting.
Big series, yeah. Starting tomorrow.
Starting the second half.
Houston is 1 o'clock and 4 something doubleheader, right out of the gate. double right out of the gate. That's pretty awesome. That's when you definitely baseball.
And then do the Yankees go to Boston?
I can't even look at them right now. I don't want to look at them right now. I'm going on vacation soon. About 24 hours from now, I'll be on vacation. We will be doing a show up next week from the Cape.
I know they go to Baltimore.
So yeah, well, Baltimore's no slouch.
So they play 2 against Houston, and then they fly to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's no joke.
They're going to destroy Baltimore.
All right, we'll see. Hope you're right. Actually, hope you're wrong. Hope you're wrong.
Actually, no,
But,
you probably hope I'm right because
well, yeah, that's the thing.
Baltimore's closer to the
They're
Red
closer to the
Sox
Red Sox than the
than
Yankees are. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I hate the Yankees to kill. But hey, man, right now it's the Yankees are the favorites. I like the Dodgers and I like Houston. I think both of them can beat them. But if I had to put money on it, that's where I put my money right now. Right now, again, August 2nd, this whole thing can swing. That kid up north can change the landscape of baseball if he is dealt, depending on where he goes. So, to me, that's when we'll know once the dust settles on.
You're talking about Soto.
Yeah, he could change the whole thing.
That's true.
He could change the whole thing.
I really hope he gets traded. I would like him to come to the Mets, but either way, I think it'd be cool.
I don't want to see him on the Yankees.
Oh,
Oh, no.
No, to your point, the Yankees are a good bet.
I don't want to see him on the Dodgers. The Dodgers can get him too, and they're loaded. I want to see a team like San Francisco, a contender get him. but they're like, San Diego, San Francisco, or like, like Cleveland. I don't think not Cleveland.
That would
not
be
Cleveland. But I mean, like, I don't think the Red Sox can afford or actually have enough to get it. Quite honestly, they don't. So I'm not even entertaining that because I mean, the Nationals have to be certifiably stupid to make a deal with the Red Sox because they're not. I mean, Devers is right now they haven't signed him long term. They're not going to get him. Bogart's all-star, but they're both free.
They haven't signed either of them?
Yeah, this is why Poppy's up in arms.
They're the cornerstone of the team.
I know. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Segment 3, we're going to go into that, by the way, because a bombshell got dropped on All-Star on
A bombshell.
A bombshell that when Boston hears this, if you haven't heard it already, there's going to be some thunder in the air, and it's not going to be from his crack. Okay? So, I hope not anyway. Anyway, we'll be back shortly. Grab a beverage.